Every single day we're making this trade-off, and most of the time we don't even realize it. We're in this constant negotiation between two of our most basic resources, our time and our money. We trade our time for money when we go to work, right? And then we turn around and spend that money to save ourselves time on things like chores or commuting. But have we ever really truly stopped to ask which one is more valuable?
So, let me just ask you, straight up, if you had to pick one right here, right now, what would it be? An extra hour magically added to your day every single day, or an extra $100 tax-free landing in your pocket? Your gut reaction to that is actually pretty telling because it shines a light on what you value most at this very moment. So let's dig into that a little bit.
All right, so let's tackle the big one first. Money. It's kind of the default answer, isn't it? It's the yardstick we're all taught to use from a young age. It's tangible, you can count it, and our whole society is pretty much built around getting more of it. And honestly, for some very good reasons.
I mean, there's no denying it. Money is an incredibly powerful tool. It puts a roof over our heads, food on the table. That's security. It gives us freedom, the ability to choose, to travel, to dive into our hobbies. For a lot of people, it's a scorecard, a way of measuring success. It's this universal tool for getting things done. So it's really no wonder we spend so much of our lives trying to earn more of it.
But what about the other side of this coin? Let's talk about time. Because unlike money, time has some very unique and, frankly, very unforgiving rules.
This quote just hits the nail on the head. Time is the ultimate equalizer. It doesn't matter if you're rich, poor, famous, or unknown. Everybody gets the exact same amount. And the kicker is, you just can't make more with it. So what's with this number? 1,440. Well, that's your daily allowance. Every single day, your time account gets a deposit of this many minutes. But here's the catch, and it's a big one, you can't save it. You can't roll it over. Whatever you don't use by midnight, well, it's just gone. Poof, forever. Now, think about money for a sec. It's renewable, right? If you lose some, you can always earn it back. It's transferable. You can give it away or receive it. You can stick it in a bank and let it sit there for years. And of course, you can always work to earn more. It's flexible.
Okay, now compare that to time. It is absolutely 100% finite. It's deeply personal. You can't give your spare hour to a friend. It is always, always ticking away whether you're paying attention or not. And once a minute is spent, it is gone for good. You can never, ever get it back.
When you see it laid out side by side like this, the difference is it's staggering, isn't it? We can manage, control, and even regenerate our money. But our time? That's a fixed, dwindling asset from the day we're born.
So if we can agree that time is our real wealth, then the big question is, how are we spending it? We all think about financial portfolios, right? Maybe it's time we started thinking about our time portfolio with just as much intention.
And that brings us to this really cool concept, time wealth. Forget your bank balance for just a second. How wealthy are you in fulfilling experiences, in moments of true connection, in time spent on the things that actually light you up inside? That, my friends, is a totally different and maybe a much more accurate way to measure a rich life.
Take a look at this chart of a pretty typical time portfolio. You've got your big chunks for work and sleep, that's a given, but then look at those smaller slices. Family and friends, chores, that little sliver of leisure. Does this pie chart feel familiar? And here's the $1 million or maybe the million-minute question. Do you want it to look like this? Is your time actually going where your heart wants it to go?
So how do we get better at this? How do we become smarter investors of our time? Well, it really starts with just getting crystal clear on what's actually important to you, not what society tells you should be important. Then it's about being fully present in those moments you've chosen. And finally, it's about making a conscious shift to value experiences that create memories over just buying things that pile up.
And all of this brings us right back to that central question. Look, the point here isn't to say that money is evil or unimportant. It's absolutely not. It's about taking a step back and really reevaluating where it sits in our personal hierarchy of what truly matters.
If there's one thing to take away from all this, let it be this simple, powerful idea. Money is a renewable tool, but time isn't a tool at all. It's the whole game. It's the actual finite, precious substance of your life.
So I'll just leave you with this one last thought. Imagine yourself years from now
looking back on the life you've lived, what will you wish you'd had more of? More dollars sitting in an account, or more of those irreplaceable, unrepeatable moments? The answer to that question tells you everything you need to know.